When you have a distributed ledger, like a blockchain or the Hashgraph is a distributed ledger, what we want to do is have a community agree on the ordering of these transactions and agree on a timestamp for each one. Sometimes you have a contract that says you have to do something by noon on Tuesday. We want to have a timestamp that proves to the court that you did it by noon on Tuesday. So we need the ordering and we need the timestamps. Now, what we could do is have a system like, for example, a leader-based system. We all send our transactions to the leader. They put them in order. They send out to everybody, this will be your order, and we all sign off on it, and now we have consensus. And that works. And the truth is, for some applications, that's perfectly fine. It doesn't matter what the order is as long as we all agree. But for some applications, the order actually matters. Can you imagine running a stock market the way I just said? Where you put in your bid on a stock and I put in my bid later than yours, but you slip a few dollars under the table to the leader and the leader puts mine before yours? Or vice versa. I bribe the leader to put me first even though you should have been first. That's what I meant. This would be a disaster. Nobody would use a stock market where one broker has the ability to manipulate the ordering of everybody else's votes or everybody else's bids and asks. Nobody would use an auction site where any random person might have the ability to change what order we bid on things. So for certain applications, the fairness of the ordering is absolutely vital. It is extremely important. Fairness of access is important too. When there's a leader, they might just leave out your transaction, and then you have to wait for the next leader. And there's no recourse. You can't prove that they did something wrong. That's a problem. And I said this is true for leader-based systems. It's also true for proof-of-work systems. Because what do? The proof-of-work system has a puzzle that all the miners have to try to solve. And whoever solves the puzzle gets to be the miner who defines the current block. It has all the transactions in it. What order? Whatever order the miner wants. Is it fair? Maybe not. Maybe the miner was bribed to leave out some transactions or put them in a different order. And if you miss the boat on that block, you have to wait for the next miner. Maybe there's several dishonest miners in a row. That'd be bad. See, the thing is you want to have trust in the fairness of the system even when 1 or 2 or 3 people are being bad and malicious and colluding. And so with Hashgraph, we actually have a mathematical proof of fairness up to almost 1/3 of the nodes being bad. That's important for many applications. For a lot of applications, you don't care. But for a lot of applications, the fairness of access, that he doesn't throw them away, and the fairness of ordering, that she doesn't put them in their bad order, and the fairness of the timestamps themselves, that nobody can push the timestamp further in the future or the past, that is what we want. And if you could build a system with fairness, then you could do all kinds of things we can't really do right now. A stock market, an auction, a game. We're in a game and there's an object and I try to pick it up and you try to pick it up. Do we care who picked it up first? Yes, because the other person's a loser who doesn't get to have it. Or we both shoot each other at the same time. Do we care who shot first? Well, yes. There are whole realms of things that you can open up that you couldn't do if you didn't have fairness. And the Hashgraph has fairness. And so for some applications, it's important. And it opens up the new scope of things that we can do that we couldn't do before.